Hi everybody, you're back with The Lone Wolf. Welcome to the show. Here we have a new article, exclusive to the Daily Mail, about Johnny Depp and Alec Baldwin talking about their bitter divorce battles. They're opening up on the contentious divorces in actor Greg Ellis' new book, condemning the inhumane family court system and its gender bias against men and fathers. Most of us in this space already know this. We're well aware of the situation and the environment, especially in the West. But it's good to see that these big public figures are recognising the fact and they're actually contributing to the knowledge base. Johnny Depp has penned an introduction for actor Greg Ellis' new book, The Respondent, Exposing the Cartel of Family Law, released June 29th, and I will include a link in the description box to the book. Let's begin the article. Johnny Depp and Alec Baldwin have opened up on their grueling and high-profile divorce battles in a new book written by British actor Greg Ellis. It is set to be published on June 29, featuring a foreword penned by Baldwin and an introduction by the Pirates of the Caribbean star. The book delves into Ellis' own bitter divorce and custody battle, while also aiming to expose the archaic and inhumane family court system and its gender bias against men and fathers. The issues are perhaps all too familiar to Depp and Baldwin, both of whom endured very public and acrimonious splits from their respective spouses. Baldwin, 63, was infamously embroiled in a contentious child custody case over his daughter Ireland after divorcing first wife Kim Basinger in 2002. The 30 Rock star has openly spoken about the nasty legal fight over the years, admitting he harbours more resentment for the courts and the divorce industry than for his ex-wife. Oh yeah, man, it's a complete industry. They're parasites, the grifters that will pursue you to the end of the earth, and they're just bloodsuckers, basically. It's a complete racket, it's a cartel. Depp, meanwhile, remains entangled in a hostile court battle against ex-wife Amber Heard 4 years after the divorce was finalised. The couple's split has drawn significant media attention due to the domestic abuse allegations against Depp, who later launched defamation cases against British tabloid The Sun and his former wife. In excerpts obtained by dailymail.com, Depp, 58, endorsed Ellis' work in his dedication, describing the book as both a chilling reminder and essential therapy for anyone navigating the recrimination and trauma that is modern American divorce. It is also both diagnosis and prescription, mediating on the depths of the crisis and the way out. Greg Ellis sets the record straight and shatters the myths of divorce court. He continues. This is Greg's story, it's your story, and it's our story. If you're trapped in the dungeon that is the family court system, the respondent should be your constant companion. So Johnny Depp comes across there as quite astute and erudite and intelligent, and I realised a lot of the stuff that went down with Amber Heard, they were both strung out and both on stuff and drinking a lot and so on. But he got publicly humiliated, let's be honest. Some people would say you could see it coming, but it's good that he's come out and actually spoken and put the pen to paper and put those thoughts out there. Ellis, 53, who starred alongside Depp as Lieutenant Commander Theodore Groves in the Disney film franchise, has been an outspoken supporter of the actor in his ongoing legal battle against Heard. Speaking to dailymail.com, the author explained he aims to shed light on a system that he believes works against the respondent, the term given to the defendant in a divorce petition, which generally tends to be the husband. Like many people who have known Johnny for many years in Hollywood, I think he's a wonderful fellow and a great dad. People think that celebrities are immune to pain and suffering and the vicissitudes of family law and corrupt attorneys, so I knew what he'd been through the moment I found out about it, and I support him. I have supported him and I stand by him. I think if we're going to talk about toxic masculinity, we have to talk about toxic femininity. Ellis said he believes Depp was the target of a campaign by someone who clearly was seeking fame and notoriety through their association with him, and then used the silver bullet of false accusation of domestic violence. So it's good that this guy is speaking out. I hadn't really heard of him before, but it's good that he is actually taking the platform on these issues. He added, and that stain is hard to get off, particularly if you're a man and a father, particularly if you're famous and a celebrity. It's disgusting and disgraceful what's happened to him. Ellis also argued that unlike in other courts of law, most men and fathers in family courts are not afforded due process and the presumption of innocence. The cruel irony is that this system, the stated purpose of which is to resolve conflicts, more often perpetuates the fight, pitting two desperate people against each other and kicking any sense of responsibility down the road. The father of two explained he felt compelled to write the book after struggling to find published works on the matter during his divorce 5 years ago. Oh yeah, there's nothing for men, mate. There's zero content, very few books in this area to help men. He decided to reach out to Baldwin, who in 2008 co-authored a book documenting his own experience titled A Promise to Ourselves, A Journey Through Fatherhood and Divorce, and offered to write the foreword. It was a very generous email and very kind offer, and that provided the impetus for me to start the multimedia conservation on the modern or positive masculinity, Ellis said. In the candid foreword, Baldwin admits to having felt defeated and overwhelmingly reflective after his marriage ended, and describes the emotional turmoil brought on by the lengthy and expensive divorce process. In the ensuing years, as I was dragged through the suffering and humiliation of the California family law system, an entity that I came to equate with a criminal organization, defined by their casual willingness to inflict pain in order to extort money, I became outraged by what I was put through, so much so that I wrote a book about the experience. I encourage you to read Greg Ellis's book, The Respondent, a fresh and updated take from an American divorce court where some things have changed. Now men are seeking, and in some instances even gaining, sole custody of their children, either justifiably or as the result of the malignant parental alienation that plagued them for so long. And some things are unconscionably the same. Divorce court, divorce mediation, custody evaluation, forensic accountings, it's all a foreign land to most people, and one where you can easily lose your sanity, coming to terms with the senseless rules that govern there, rules that will potentially affect the rest of your life, the actor adds. Although the book argues against the gender bias purportedly faced by men in family court, Ellis says it is not intended to be a bitter takedown of women, but rather a source of support for anyone who has gone through divorce proceedings. It's a guidebook, part meditation, part manifesto, part mediation, but it also offers solutions and help and hope for those going through the system. The British voice actor revealed he has also launched a charity to support children and parents going through the court process. Okay, so it looks like it'll be an important book, revealing a lot of the pitfalls of the family court system, especially in the US. Let's just see what some of the comments. But you don't have to be wealthy for this stuff to affect you. You can be a typical run-of-the-mill guy and end up in the same vicious and vindictive system. Marriage is considered a business deal. Who would be even a bit interested to read this? Oh, I don't know. Maybe people that don't want to lose half their stuff. If the men want 50-50 custody and are willing to prove they will also cut down their work hours to accommodate their children in this and not to palm them off to the new girlfriend or a nanny to look after, then of course dads need. Yeah. That guy's clearly deluded. Lawyers confusing their own financial interests with a child's best interests. It's such a joke. Yeah, agree. Young men are not taking the marriage route anymore. Good. Better to be alone than suffer the pain of a family torn apart. The vast majority of divorces proceedings are filed by women. So someone here is very knowledgeable from Virginia in the US. They've got their head screwed on properly. It should be harder to get married than to get a divorce. The family law system is more adversarial than most realise, and family law attorneys and judges are all part of the same billion-dollar business called divorce court. Oh yeah, it makes people a huge amount of money. Lol, Depp and Baldwin, of all people, are not the best examples to use in this book. Well, they're pretty good ones. I think deep down they seem like okay people. But I mean, you can't really judge them when you're a nobody. Like, how can you relate to their lifestyle with that sort of income and fame, especially Johnny Depp? How can you understand what it's like for, you know, like Bill Burr said in his stand-up, like having so many people just throwing themselves at you, like women and stuff, like who love you around the world. You get paid so much money to be an actor. Like, how can anybody relate to that lifestyle or judge that lifestyle unless you've been in that world? Yeah, it's easy just throwing comments around on dailymail.com. Okay, I hope you found some value in that article. Once again, don't get married, guys. It's too much of a risk. Protect your assets, protect your future. I'll see you next time.